Your pressure is above 140/90 millimeters per mercury. That your pressure is above the normal and you need treatment. I'm going to tell you something that will change your mind when you look at a person with high blood pressure. When a person measures his blood pressure and you chart it over 24 hours, you'll be surprised that our pressure actually changes all the time. It goes up one moment, it comes down one moment. Generally, the normal people will have what we call a dipper pattern. What it means is that the blood pressure in the day will fluctuate, but it is within the normal range. But by the night, when you're going to sleep, the blood pressure will drop 10 to 15%. The moment you start to wake up, at the daybreak, when the sun rises, our blood pressure slowly goes up another 10 to 15%. And we have what we call a dipper pattern. But there are a number of us walking around with abnormal patterns. There are few types of patterns that are actually fairly dangerous. One of which is called night high. Night high is when a person's blood pressure is normal during the day, but when you start to go to bed and when you sleep, your pressure goes up. And your pressure can be really high at night, but you are sleeping. You don't even know about it. Why is it so important to catch the night high? It's because people with night high have 3 to 5 times the risk of having a stroke. There's another group of patients, what we call white coat, referring to the white coat of the doctor. What I mean by that is when they see a doctor in the clinic, the pressure goes up for obvious reason. You get nervous, you don't know what the doctor is going to do to you, your pressure goes up. So every time he measures your blood pressure, you are high. But when you measure your blood pressure at home, it's not high, you're normal. 1 in 4 to 1 in 5 people who are having hypertension do not need treatment, and they are given treatment. In fact, in the study done, published in 2005, that is from Dublin Outcome Study, a very significant study because they tracked 5,200 over patients for a period of average of 8.4 years. They put all these patients on 24-hour blood pressure, and when the paper was published, it sent shockwave across the medical circle because what they found was, number one, the night pressure is the most telling and the most sensitive in predicting death rate. For every 10 millimeter rise in the night pressure, you have a 21% rise in death rate. For a 10 millimeter rise in the average 24-hour pressure, your death rate increases by 19% versus 2% death rate increase when you measure the clinic blood pressure and when it rises by 10 millimeter. It is indispensable, but it's very hard to do. Why? Because the traditional blood pressure 24-hour monitoring is a cuff-based. Can you imagine that you are going to sleep and just about going to doze off to sleep and the machine pumps at you, and that is not very comfortable. Despite, its advancement, you can get rashes, you can get bruises, you cannot bathe, you cannot go out, you disrupt your life.